What's going on? We are back, man. Apologize. We've been off for a couple days, man. Scheduling has just been brutal and sometimes tough to get in and do a recap of the market. But we here, and we're gonna keep it coming, man. Today was a different day, and we knew eventually these days was gonna start coming, getting a little bit slower in the market. But before I get started, man, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video because ultimately it helps the channel grow. And yeah, man, tell your friends about us, where we come in and we talk about levels and trades that we're looking to take, throughout the week in the market. We are future traders. And so we trade S&P 500 futures. I trade NASDAQ 500 futures, crude oil, and gold. Those are the products that I typically trade. I look at other products, but I typically trade. Jordan's not able to make it today, but he will be back with us tomorrow. And we'll go over some of those swing trades that he was looking at and that he was going to. We'll talk about it tomorrow. And they all actually were winners. So I think people might be, interested to hear about that. But let's jump right into it. I would try to, I try to make these quick as possible as we walk through. So I'll be honest with you guys. It was pretty slow today for me. I only took a couple trades. I literally did not trade ES at all. Today the trade that I was looking for just didn't materialize. As you can see, this one, it broke the level of 57, 70, 75. And but this happened overnight. I wasn't trading it, but it would have been a sweet trade to take. And we just could not get pullbacks. It just literally was grinding up. And so from that 9:30 time frame, which is this candle right here, maybe let me make this bigger so you guys can definitely follow along and see. Just a little bit bigger. This 9:30 candle, here we was, as you can see, we was in the middle um, of the level, and I was slow to the trigger. So have this level here, but I was looking for a little bit more of a pullback. I actually set my level here, and I literally missed it by a tick. And then once that pullback right here, and then it took off. I was looking at oil at the time, so I missed that trade, and I played myself. And I had been basically waiting and hoping that we got that type of pullback again, and we just literally didn't. We came up here to test this level right here, and as you see from there, we started to pull back. But if you look at the time, it's 12, which I told you guys I typically don't trade at 12 o'clock. So I was done watching, and then we finally came back to test this level again, which would have been a sweet trade all the way up to the next level again. But I was done. I didn't trade. So S&P, I did absolutely nothing. I didn't trade anything. I couldn't get a spot to get in that made sense for me. Remember, risk versus reward. I could have took the trade, but I was looking for a little bit more of a pullback, especially considering the size of this candle, which is why I was down here with where I wanted to enter instead of off the level, because I just didn't want to give up so much ground. Um, Risk versus reward. Now I live with it. I didn't get the trade, didn't come back and get me. I missed it, and this afternoon I wasn't trading, and so yeah, came all the way up to the level, and could have took this short. If you was trading this afternoon, sweet trade right there. So let's add this to the high here. Where we at here? Okay, we good. I'm gonna move this down to the low right there. All right, we can go to the NQ. NQ, I actually did get in on the NQ, And how I worked the NQ was I was looking at the moving average. So I literally took this trade, up, and was a nice winner, and I took it to here. So I took this trade up, nice winner. That was all I took on the NQ. I didn't do anything else. Um, I was, hoping to get further down, get more of a test and a bounce down this way, but nothing happened once again. So that was the only trade that I took on NQ, and that was it. I just, yeah, today once again, it'd be days like this. Mama said it'd be days like this. It was kind of slow for me. Um, I would love to hear what other people had, if they were able to take any trades or saw any, blips in the market as well. So that was it with NQ. Let's go to oil. So I was actually a player in oil today, and y'all know how I have that love hate relationship with oil. Um, so, but we finally had something I was interested in. So I was like, "Ooh, oh man, I'm here. I'm a player." So as y'all can see, right, this level right here had my attention. We pulled down to this level right here, and we shot up, and shot up. And so here, once we broke, as you can see, we kind of traded down. But once we broke above this level, I was a player. I was a player right here. And once we broke above this level here, I got in and I took this trade up, and it was a nice winner for me on oil. I could have, because I was actually looking here. I could have taken this trade at 9, but I just didn't take it. I should have took it. I just didn't take it. Like I said, because oil has been making me a little bit nervous. But I knew once we broke this level, we would definitely be going to test the highs, which was 68.92, and we did, and we broke above it. So that was awesome trade there. Um, that's all I took on oil. Um, I could have been looking at shorting or letting it retrace, pull back down, and maybe seeing where I could, maybe get back in. But that was it. Easy. Got this level here that I want to add. And then I'm going to move this up here. That's really it. Um, that's all I did. That's all I did with oil, as well. And then let's go to gold. I was a player in gold too. I took a gold trade. Um, so as y'all can see, I was not very active at all. I took 3 trades today. I guess great for me that they were all winners. But gold was, an inside day here, and this is the low. Let me add this level here. Um, and so where I was a player was right here. I got in, um, and right here had this level. And see, sometimes, as y'all remember, sometimes we're not gonna get it all the way, um, but we wanted to come into the vicinity. And when I looked here as well, I was like, "Ooh, you know, we just had slippage here, down." Um, but this could be possibly where it ends. So I was just looking in the area to see, hey, what's going to happen here? Where can I get in? And so I took this long right here, and I took it up to here. So that was for me almost a 10-point winner, which on any day is beautiful. I'm good to go. There's not much more I want to do, after that. But then you see, it literally came, here, broke above, but then it broke back below and held below, and you could have taken, the short back down now, right here. If you wanted to take a short, you could have took it off of this level, down, and I would have basically tested the lows of the day at that point in time, and I probably would have sold here, even though it came down here. I would have sold back in this area. Easy, easy money. Yeah. So those are all the trades that I took. And that's really it. As far as goal, what I'm looking for is to come here and see where if we're able to hold this level. If we're not able to hold this level, I expect us to go and test this 3,000 area. And then if we break down, I'm expecting a nice trade from there. If we can break this level and hold, that's what I'll be. That's the trade I want. So I'll tell you the trade I want. But of course, I let it do what it needs to do, what it shows. Also, too, I would like for it to break and hold this area, come up and about here, then come back to retest, and then shoot back up to this level. I would be there for that trade as well too. Oil, kind of the same thing here. I would love for it to see what it does to retest this level again. Um, I'm not saying I would take a trade off of it necessarily, but I would love to see, especially if it doesn't hold, then I would definitely short it. I don't know if I would go long off of this area. Again, it depends, but I would see. Hopefully, it would break down, come up, show resistance here, and then come on back down this way. I would love that to happen. Otherwise, we could break up in here and break these highs, man, and we could start making our way up to the 70s. That would be cool too. Hey, whatever way the market wants to go, I just want to be a part of the directional swings that is going in and be on the right side. NQ, kind of the same thing. What I would like, best is that we're rejecting off of the highs to then now start to pull back and refill this area. I would definitely be looking, to take it down here. I'm not going to add a level. Yeah, I am. I'm going to add this area right here. But I would be looking for it to come down and test this area and then maybe break further. We'll see how that goes. Or once again, we could continue to break above and start grinding up. We'll see. Boop, 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 boop. ES, kind of the same thing. We in this area. If we start to break up, start to push up and continue to grind higher. If not, I want to use this as a reference. And if we can, come down, break this level, I would love for it to break this level and then start to push back down to retest this before then possibly pushing back up. We'll see. We shall see. Let's talk about Tesla real quick because, as y'all know, Tesla had a nice little rebound day today. I know a lot of news been going on about Tesla and, Tesla's going in the ground, Tesla's going in the dirt. Tesla's a huge company, man. It may get hurt for a second, but it's not going nowhere. It's going to continue to grow and continue to build. So be on the lookout for Tesla. I don't know if anybody doubled down or bought some more shares, especially when it was down here. Look at that big jump, man. Ooh, that's a sweet jump, baby. Sweet jump. Hey, man, I talk about the stock. I don't talk about the person and what they stand for. I'm all about the stock market. Y'all want somebody, go watch the news. I'm just here to give y'all the stocks. Nvidia as well too. Popping up, man. Crazy. This is some nice little areas. Definitely right in here is where I probably would have bought some more if I hadn't bought down here, which was a great area to buy down in this area. Get you add on to your portfolio, and as it pushed back up, and hopefully eventually it's going to go back to test the 150 range again and continue to go. Nvidia is not going nowhere. That's one thing, man. We can look at these because these are drivers. Apple. Um, let's look at Apple as well. Pushing up, man. Pushing up. Apple is a driver. It's going to pull back. They say buy the dips. You can literally use the same strategy that we use on day trading to buy these stocks and look for the levels to get back in or re-entry, re-enter the stock market, as well too. Easy. Hey man, it's like betting on black, right? As they say, this is where you want to be. So you want to make sure that you continue to go with the major movers in the market. Someone asked me if how do I look at other stocks or add to other stocks, and I'm like, why would I recreate the wheel? Unless you have insider information on some of these stocks, I would just stick with the main players, man. Personally, especially for long term, we're talking definitely long term. I'm sticking with the main players when it comes to the long term portfolio, and just kind of buying the dips to you know, add more into my portfolio. All right, man. That's it. Tomorrow we'll be back and we'll be discussing the swing trades that we took. If y'all have any questions, let me know. I know I've been one thing I've been getting is asked if we're going to possibly trade live at some point. I don't know. I guess if we build the channel and get enough buzz around it, that could be something eventually that we could do at some point, or create a Discord and a group of traders to bring those in. But thank you, and stop, please. Thank you. My child is down here as I'm trying to finish up this live, uh, trying to play the piano, which is right next to me. But all right, man, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Hopefully it helps, and hopefully you guys are getting something out of it. And make sure to drop me a comment, and ask a question. That's always warranted. And we'll be back tomorrow, same time. Peace.